Hello viewers, Will Underwood here from The Huddle with Stephen Valentine, Comtrade CCO. Stephen, thanks for joining us today in Lisbon at SBC. Seeing as we are here in Lisbon, it would be a good time to sort of ask about Comtrade's progress through the European market so far in 2025. How have you guys been getting on? How did you reflect on things?
Sure, yeah. Look, it's been an exciting year for us. We kind of kicked off in Brazil. We've launched 2 operators in Brazil, which has been really good for us. We've had our games recently certified in Brazil as well. We've also been busy over the last few months in Asia. It's been a great year for us so far.
And I mean, leading nicely onto Brazil, I know I was watching a previous interview you had with us back in ICE in January, and it's almost one of those things when a market like that gets regulated, the anticipation is so great. How have you sort of found the integration into the regulated space there? Has it lived up to your expectations thus far?
Has it lived up to expectations? Good question. Look, I think we can see the opportunity there. It's definitely there. It's not been realised for us quite yet. Not that we expected it to within sort of 6 months of getting into the market. I think Brazil still needs to go through a level of professionalization really. I think many operators are still on kind of old legacy platforms with old local operators, and I think that tipping point now is coming where their market's now being attacked by European operators who are, ultra professional, coming in and stealing market space from them. So I think, they will have to, start moving quickly. So we hope to be on that wave really.
Staying on that jurisdiction in particular, I know you've just but you've debuted your game development division, CG Games, in Brazil. Yep. What can you tell us about the initial launch phase, how it's going, and your sort of hopes for the division in that nation?
Yeah, well, we actually only got certification for our games in Brazil just a couple of weeks ago, so we're not actually live in Brazil yet, but we go live in 2 weeks' time. We've got one of the biggest operators slated for that launch. And and then we've hopefully got one of the other biggest operators who'll be going live soon after, so we're expecting a lot from it.
Geography aside, what do you think has been your key sort of growth vertical this year in terms of market sector?
Yeah, iGaming platforms always are. So the games business is great, and that's going to be kind of a long sort of steady journey. But our business is built on the back of our iGaming platform. It's an enterprise iGaming platform, typically built for large operators. But it's what we've kind of transitioned to this year is being able to take on those slightly smaller operators, kind of mid-tier, and we've done really well on that this year with onboarding kind of like 2 or 3 of those, which has been great.
Now, my final question, and I know again last time we spoke. You were recently celebrating, I think, 15 years.
20, I think.
With Comtrade.
Oh, sorry, 60.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask, in all that time, I mean, you must have seen monumental change. What do you find has been one of the most pleasantly surprising things that you've seen about sort of the sort of growth and development of this industry?
Look, everyone always says our industry is, extremely fast moving, which I think is 100% wrong. I think we're one of the slowest moving industries. You look at games today; they still look like they did sort of like 20 years ago. Lots of things remain the same, but I think one of the best things in our industry that's happened over the last few years is the amount of women who are now in our industry in very, very high level positions, and also on the tech side of it. We're a very tech focused company. Probably 30%, even 35% of our technical staff are now female. Our sales team, there's a lot of women in our sales team. So I think just right across that industry, I think it kind of has lost that kind of legacy kind of sort of, kind of shady kind of, dark sort of thing. And I think it's become so professional now. And I think, and it's great to see that women have really come on board and been promoted through it.
Good stuff. Thanks very much for your time, Stephen. Yeah, all the best for the rest of the show.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.